So everybody, um, it's very important to watch the video that Julian is speaking about when he's discussing the moves on a chessboard. And one of the ways it's so important to connect things, everybody, is that when you have a visual and when you understand that there's a way to match in your mind with what you're seeing, it's so impactful and it helps everybody understand the complicated process and the things involved in any kind of a takedown. And each player on a chessboard is imperative and has a specific title and position, as does every single takedown that we're talking about. Each person that was connected to evil and bad, and then their connections to the other people that were evil and bad, are what you are doing in a takedown. And it plays out so well, explaining it when you can finally eliminate a whole chess piece because enough of that has been taken down. So it's the link is on my blog, and I'm gonna have it here for people to see because it's so important to stay in touch with the people that are telling us what's happening, how and why, and that again, each removal is a piece on a chessboard, and that is the best way to explain it. You cannot just wipe out the whole board. You have to remove things a predator at a time and and just get them out of the way. They're not able to refill that once they're gone off of the board. And then you then proceed to go take down the next thing until you ultimately have your winning and what you're looking for and to achieve. And so, again, explained best by Julian and compared to a chessboard. Thank you. Yesterday, Julian Assange tweeted something very significant about Russian women coming here to have babies that were born inside the United States, which get automatic citizenship. And then when those children turn 21, there's a clause inside immigration where they can make their parents legal just because they were born here. That is one of the most abused tricks the Democrats used to give people citizenship and their vote. So it's interesting that that article came out in 2013, but he tweeted it yesterday, and it had to do with Russia. Now, the thing is, every country has been doing this, and it was interesting to me what's the underlying meaning of picking it about Russia and that connection, because people have across the board from every country been doing this. And most people learn about it and then purposely come here. Some come and travel. Say you get a 30 or 50-day visa. I don't know how they divide the visa time lots. It depends on what you're doing. And what they do is overstay that visa, especially if they have to wait until their child is born. And these overstays from their visa are actually illegal at that point, and it's a crime to overstay your visa. And then what happens when they go to an immigration hearing for deportation, many of them still don't go. Then they have a criminal charge for being in contempt of the deportation order, and then they still get another hearing, and then they're supposed to leave. And that is how abused this has been inside our country. But so many people didn't know and weren't aware. And it's really important that people start to connect all this to have the magnitude of illegal people and legal passports and visas that stayed and overstayed, and how many citizens have been born through that process and then brought in their parents, which is chain migration. Now, President Trump stated that he wants to end chain migration, and it should be. And it's been that secret abuse. Some of the people end up not working here, getting benefits and medical care and food stamps while they shouldn't even be here at all, but they came through that process. And a lot of them from every particular country don't even end up speaking the English language, but getting every benefit, including driver's licenses, through this migration program. And so, one of the reasons it's so key is that Julian tweeted it, and there must be a massive message behind it, and we're going to have to see what that is. Nothing he does has little impact, it all has a huge message for us to understand why it was that article and link, since a lot of countries do this and they bring their pregnant girlfriends or wives or whatever here so that they can ultimately bring the entire family. And we will have to find out shortly. Julian Assange tweeted at 8 o'clock this morning, and I retweeted. This is so crucial that everyone get this. It's a crime to falsely report a crime. It's a separate crime to lie to the police or the FBI. So if you falsely report a crime, you have two charges automatically. And people are lying all over the map, especially with the Me Too hashtag and every other thing, trying to not allow anybody to have a legitimate, clean run in politics on any side. And it is also unbelievable that people in Hollywood would lie and make things up for whatever agenda out of revenge, jealousy, payments, being asked by Gloria Allred and Lisa Bloom, whatever. Everyone needs to understand the crimes must end. And when you get a warning shot like that from Julian Assange, you need to listen, because law and order is coming back. And while people may have made these false allegations and false reports in the past, it is not going to be our future. People need to understand the Constitution and our law. And in Europe, he cited the laws for there and the exact statute that prohibit anybody from lying and making false claims. It is not only one crime, it's two. You cannot lie to the police and you cannot invent things. If you are in fact a victim and you are coming forward, there's a procedure for that, which is to go to the police before you tell it on social media. And it doesn't matter if you're a Hollywood actress or have a standing. You need to properly document what you're saying and back it up with evidence, and be prepared that if your story is true, it will hold up, as is the law. But you absolutely don't have to even publish it that much to tell somebody. A lot of times victims are safer and better off holding it in, just doing the right thing and holding the person accountable. You get a barrel of rhetoric when you tell, even if it's the truth. And not everybody is prepared and ready for that. And we need to start understanding the power that is on social media and learn how to use it to our advantage, not to destroy anybody, lie, try to have no consequences for our lie, and then even consequences for ourselves, because there's always backlash. So as we move forward in 2018, we need to listen to what Julian just tweeted and understand the law inside the United States, federal law, and what it means when you lie to the police. You can be jailed automatically because you cannot lie to anybody, the police or the FBI. And as citizens that want our rights restored, with that comes responsibility and liability for every single one of our actions. And I pray moving forward that what everybody does is start to behave better. And if you've been a victim, you do deserve your day in court and to be, freed from your perpetrator. But it has to be done more intelligently than false claims and what we've been seeing, and what we've also been seeing to try to take down anybody that wants to get into position inside our government. And if you have a claim, it is now time for you to properly figure out what you want to do and how you want to address it. But the answer is not to spill it on social media without understanding the power of those consequences. And everybody needs to go look up the statute that's in Julian's tweet, because he cited the code and the law, and I will look up law within the United States and federal law, and I'm going to put that on here. And before you speak, you need to read and understand